We decided to head over to Tassie on the Spirit of Tasmania, and we thought it would be great to be able to take the car so that we could pack it all up with the picnic gear and blankets and of course the esky, so we could get lots of food on the way. We drove the car on board, parked the car, left the luggage inside, walked up, and then that was it. So we had 2 rooms that had 4 bunks each, and the children loved that they could choose which bunk they were going to sleep in. There's so much stuff to keep the kids entertained and occupied on board. There's the playroom, Pirate Pete's for the younger kids, and of course Galactica for the older kids, which they loved. And then there's the theatre, which plays the movies as well, so heaps to do. For dinner we went to the Leatherwood Restaurant, which is absolutely beautiful, and it's great to see all of the Tasmanian produce that is used on board, and of course the beautiful wines. I had a Freycinet wine as well. We woke up nice and early the next day, hopped in our car and drove off the ship, and it was a beautiful Tassie day, blue skies, and we could smell the freshness in the air. Our first stop was Christmas Hills Raspberry Farm in Elizabethtown. It's only about a half an hour drive away and the perfect place to stop for breakfast. The kids love being able to order so many different meals off the menu. It's amazing how many ways they can use raspberries, and we had pancakes and waffles, and of course a favourite was the raspberry hot chocolate. It's a beautiful spot with lovely outdoor gardens, and the kids loved being able to have a run around. We also grabbed some lovely fresh raspberries and we munched on them as we had a walk around. The kids and I love the chocolate raspberries. They're absolutely delicious, and it's really hard to stop at one. On our way out from Christmas Hills Raspberry Farm, we picked up some chocolate raspberries and some fresh raspberries and loaded them into the car for a picnic. And we also picked up a few gifts and things for our family and friends back home. Ashgrove is our next destination, and they produce award-winning dairy. So they've got cream, cheeses, milks, and the kids are really excited about seeing all of the colourful cows out front. The kids were really interested to be able to watch the cheese being made through the viewing window. We tasted lots of different cheeses, and there was one that was actually infused with wasabi, and it was a lot sweeter than I thought, but absolutely beautiful. When we were at Ashgrove, we stocked up on some cheeses for our picnic and of course the rest of the holiday. Popped them in the car and we were on our way. Our next stop was Tasmania Zoo in Launceston, which is just over an hour's drive away from Devonport. We got to see the Tasmanian devils up close. Very, very cute, but we didn't want to put our fingers too close. My absolute favourite animal at Tasmania Zoo in Launceston though was the Wombat. Her name was Carrie and she was the cutest little thing. I actually wanted to take her home, but the next best thing was to be able to take a selfie with her. So I'll always have that.
We went to see the koala and we had to go into their shelter because they were sleeping their heads off in the tree. We went and patted them and they didn't stir, and they just didn't care whether we were patting them or not.
One of the things I really liked about the zoo was that the kids could get nice and close to the animals, and there weren't huge lines to get into each of the exhibits. Plus we got to talk firsthand to the keepers, so the kids got to ask lots of questions and they're really interested to hear more about the animals and learn more about them. After Tasmania Zoo, we headed over to Cataract Gorge in Launceston. It is the most spectacular place to go, absolutely beautiful. We were blessed with a gorgeous day, so we had blue skies, green grass, and the views are amazing. The children were really excited to be able to go onto the chairlift. It's actually the longest single-span chairlift in the Southern Hemisphere, which is amazing, and it gives you spectacular views over the water as well. The park is absolutely beautiful. It's amazing to think that in the middle of the city there's such a wonderful free place to visit. There's peacocks, the swimming pool, and of course if you want to just have a sit down and have a picnic, it's a great spot to relax. After Cataract Gorge we went down to the Seaport Marina in Launceston. Gorgeous place on a beautiful summer's day. Lots to see, beautiful blue skies and the water. Perfect. We then went to Hollybank Treetops, which is not too far from Cataract Gorge, and if anyone was feeling tired and sleepy from what we'd already done, they were about to get woken up. We went for the ziplining adventure, which is where they've attached cables from one tree to another, and basically you're strapped on and slide down it. It was amazing. I thought it was great that our youngest children, Lucy at 4 and Katie at 6, were still able to take part. They were attached to myself and Jeff, but they were still able to do it, and I was so proud that they were just fearless and were totally ready to give it a go.
When I went down one of the zip lines, I got stuck near the end, so I had to do a thing called the walrus, where you get your ropes and you pull forwards and backwards to try and get you to the break, and then they will pull you into the platform.
After the last zip line, we had a short walk back to base, and the trees on the path are absolutely beautiful. They're so tall and they come from an old plantation, so it looks amazing, and we spent a lot of time just looking up straight into the sky. It had been such an amazing day in Tassie. We had done so much already. We'd had full adventure with the zip lines, and we'd seen some beautiful scenery and of course eaten some delicious food. What a day.